Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. To both of our nominees, congratulations. Ms. Young, you're well known to the committee, particularly those of us on appropriations, and always enjoyed working with you, Ms. Coletti. Is that right, Coletti? Did I get it right?
Colleretti.
Coletti.
Yeah.
So I think you're both well qualified. You might talk me out of voting for you, but I doubt it. So, but I do want to talk about a few things that I think are important to your jobs. Number one, yeah, climate change is real. I'd like to do something about it. There are a lot of threats out there. This is a chart of just some of the problem areas of the world. If you're Israel, Iran's definitely an existential threat to you. They want to kill all the Jews. I don't know why they want to do that, but that's what they keep talking about. And I think they would if they could, but it's just not the Jewish state. They'd go after a lot of folks in the in the Muslim faith to purify the faith, make it in the own image of their former radical Shiism, and they'd kill all of us because we don't agree with them religiously. So I just want to highlight in this chart behind me, North Korea, China, Russia, Ukraine, the rise of ISIS back in Syria, the debacle in Afghanistan. I don't think I've ever remember a time this dangerous, maybe since the 1930s. So from our point of view, we believe that the president's budget, Biden, the 2022 defense budget, called for a 1.6% increase in spending. That's well below inflation, with almost a 16%, I think, increase in non-defense spending. Now, those priorities are just out of sync with the world as we know it. The number one job of the federal government, to me, is to defend our nation, and the Biden budget has defense spending below inflation, well below inflation, and the National Defense Strategy Commission, a nonpartisan commission of defense experts, unanimously agreed that in order to deter China and Russia, that the United States would need to increase defense spending by 3 to 5% and real growth. That would be above inflation. And the failing to increase would make it necessary to alter the expectations of the U.S. defense strategy and our global strategic objectives, which is, I think, a bad idea. So the budget, if adopted, would put us at 2.5% of GDP on national security, which is in the historically low arena. So we're negotiating, Democrats and Republicans, about trying to use the appropriations process, not the continuing resolution process, to fund the government. I think people on our side are going to be very insistent that the defense number meet the reality that we face as a world and as a nation. So having said that, your job at OMB will be to kind of ride herd over the regulatory side of government, will be to advise the president and run the office. And I think you're both very capable people. Whatever differences we have will be honestly held. And I just want to use my time, Mr. Chairman, to focus on trying to get us as a body working with the administration to top line numbers for budget purposes to appropriate rather than a continuing resolution that's just a terrible way to run the Defense Department. And I hope that the two ladies in front of us, if they get these jobs, can help us in that process. So with that, I will yield back.